Good morning and welcome to the new Genos in Everard's Meadows in Leicester. Within my Christmas message, I feel like the Queen doing this, but we'll run with it. It's just three things. One I wanted to talk to you about was the successes of 2019, and 2019 has been a really great year. A little bit of a touch on the general election and what that has to hold, and then finally what can we expect in 2020, which is ultimately the start of a new decade, which is quite scary in itself. So in terms of SCLO successes for 2019, there have been many. We've had great wins with some really great customers for things like the T-levels, Devolved Adult Education budgets, European Social Fund money, helping organisations get back onto the register of apprenticeship training providers, help with charitable grants and funding, a whole raft and range of different things that have been undertaken, and it's been a really enjoyable period. Also within that time, one of the things I set out to do is when I set up my own business was to actually not just do lots of writing all the time, but actually to help others be more proficient at bidding for work. So I've done umpteen webinars and training courses and stand-up sessions all around the wonderful world that is tendering, and they've all been really greatly received, and I'm really pleased about how those things have gone. Just moving on to the next point, about the election. So while we're filming this, it's a couple of days before the general election, and it's been a very interesting period in terms of what organisations are saying, or what political parties are saying, and what they're going to be doing. Something just to consider is, you know, within the whole tendering and bid world, we go into a period of time that's called purdah, whereas things don't come out or decisions aren't made because they could be seen as having political connotations. So buyers have to be very careful. So what we'll see is there's been activities delayed, and then once we get a new government, whatever colour or stripiness that is, you know, they're going to start to want to put their own things out and have their own spin on future activity, whether that be filling potholes in the road, supporting unemployed people, supporting people in work, helping with health service and health support. You know, there's a whole range of things that will be there. And then finally, what does 2020 bring? So 2020, it's going to be the start of the new decade. For those of us that have been lived in 2 millenniums, you were a little bit blasé about the shift change to 2020, and to be honest, until a couple of weeks ago, I didn't even twig that it was a new decade. So what's to hold? So obviously in the new year, it's going to be a busy time. We're going to have a new government of some description, so therefore in terms of all the governmental activity and governmental tendering, there's going to be lots and lots of activity happening. There's been delays with purdah, so therefore stuff that would have been procured, or contracts that would have been procured in December time and November time, have been pushed to the right, so to speak. So will start to come out in January and February. So it's going to be a very interesting and busy time. For me in SCLO, you know, the core of my business will always be the training and education sector, because that's where I'm best known. But I'm going to want to continue my diversification activity, and you know, continue to work with a range of different organisations in different sectors, and learn about new things and new sectors and how they all sort of link in together. And again, the whole training thing is going to continue, so I'm really pleased to say that in partnership with the AELP, we've got a schedule of webinars booked in all the way through to November next year. So I hope you've enjoyed the Christmas address, and I look forward to doing this again next year. Thanks very much, and Merry Christmas.